an employee as well, this video is for you. I'm going to be talking about how you can balance work and your family, as well as still being consistent with content creation. So if you've been here for a while, you know that I speak to content creators, product based business owners, and business owners in general, busy women who are trying to elevate their life and level up their life. And I help you elevate it in a way that's like softer, less harsh. If you hop on, please let me know where you're watching from. Hashtag live if you're watching live. Hashtag replay if you're watching replay. Double tap the screen. Hey, Drez, Curtis, Gemini Moon on TikTok. Thank you for watching. I've been in the entrepreneur realm for 10 years, so I have had many trials and errors when it comes to balancing life, balancing work, as well as promoting my business and growing my business. So if you hop on, I am going to be teaching and then I'll engage with the chat more. I'm also going to be doing my nighttime skincare routine. So when I don't have my glasses on, I can't see. You might see me squinting. Oh, IMD, hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for your kind comment today. That really warmed my heart. I'm thankful that you're here and that you're a part of the Confident Creator community. So, we're talking about how to balance life and content creation because I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's like this stigma that we need to create so much content. And yes, that is true. Numbers don't lie. But at the same time, we have to be like realistic with ourselves and that we're human. And I just wanted to share some tips that help me stay on top of my content creating to be consistent and not burn out. Because, like, yes, you can create the content, yes, you can do all the things, but if you're not doing it in a sustainable way, burnout is imminent. Um, oh, my day was pretty good, IMD. Thank you. I cannot complain. I am very happy it's Thursday. Thank you, everyone on TikTok, for joining. So, the first tip, and how was your day? Let me know how your day was. The first tip I have is prioritize what's important to you. So, if you're here, you probably have some responsibilities in life, right? You may have kids, you might have a job. In any case, you either are a content creator or you're a business owner or you're both. And there's going to become a time when you want a certain level of success that you're going to have to prioritize what it is that is important to you. And that is because so many things are vying for your attention right now. You know, you could be scrolling, you could be watching TV, you could be watching the news. Like, there are so many different things after your attention, and you have to begin to take control of that attention, because if you don't, you will find yourself not having the results you desire because it's a little bit all over the place. So, what this looks like for me is I prioritize at least a little bit of family time during the day. I have to prioritize my fitness, which is why you see me doing the early morning fitness class, the 30-day summer body lock in. I prioritize, having and getting to work on time. I have to prioritize work. So some things are like built in because you have no choice, but then there are the like side things, right? And you want to be really careful when it comes to prioritizing, because it's really easy to get like super business laser focused, and then like your family suffers because you're in business mode, and vice versa. If you're too lax in business, you don't get to see your business success. You know, you don't make as much sales. And then it kind of is like a dichotomy between, you know, you want to have better for your family, but you're really not producing the sales in your business to do that. So you want to prioritize. Number one, you got to make yourself the first priority. It is really hard to pour from an empty cup. And if you try to pour from an empty cup, you will eventually burn out. And if you don't burn out mentally or emotionally, you generally will tend to burn out physically. I've had a few hospital stays, and from me just literally being burned out. So it doesn't always have to be like this big dramatic, I'm like burned out statement. Sometimes your body will quietly let you know. And if you don't listen, you might, you know, find yourself in the ER, and that's no fun. Oh, thank you, IMD. I'm going to read that after I get through the tips, but I really appreciate that. You're so sweet. You make my day too. You brighten me up. And so, yeah, so you want to prioritize yourself first. And that can also look like nurturing your spiritual connection. Kind of when you prioritize yourself, you want to do spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, all those things that kind of what you need to make you feel good. Okay, and then family. Family is important because, you know, nothing will be really fruitful if your home isn't peaceful and it isn't good. Okay, and then business. So you have to prioritize the time for your business. That's something that I learned on my entrepreneur journey. Like, and I'm sure you see it as a content creator. If you hop on, double tap. My goal is to get to 10,000 tonight. I keep getting really close. I hit 6,000 yesterday. But I'm sure you've seen as a content creator, if you don't create, you don't see any results. You don't see any views. You don't grow. So you have to make time for the things that are important to you. And if you want your business to grow, I'm willing to bet that you have to dedicate some time to content creation so that you can see some growth. Okay, so that's step one. To prioritize what's important to you. Put you and all your needs first, family, business, and then fill in that other stuff. Maybe like social obligations. Oh, thank you, After Dark. You know, just doing my nighttime skincare. Oh, IMD, you're so sweet. You always touch my heart. I'm happy that my post can do that for you, because that's what my page is for. It's about inspiring. And I just want everyone to feel so inspired that you keep shining your light in the world. Okay? So the next step is building off of that first one, which is time management. So now that you're prioritizing what's important to you, you have to manage your time. And I noticed this super hard when I decided to go all in my content creator journey, because I would like dip my toe and then I would stop making videos. If that sounds familiar to you, drop me a rose in the comments, where you might tell yourself you're gonna go really hard in content creating, and then like you do for a week and then you fall off because you get burned out. And I learned that the only reason why that was is because I was not prioritizing my time, but I wasn't having time management. I would feel like, so I also work a 9 to 5, and excuse me, I would feel like there's just no time in the day to make content. There's just no way. But I had to ask myself, okay, well, what are you doing after work? And I would be scrolling, you know what I mean? Or I would be watching TV. I wouldn't be making content. So like I really couldn't complain that I wasn't seeing the movement in my business. But I also was aware that it wasn't where I wanted to be. So I had to literally check myself and start managing my time and say like, okay, family time is this time. I'm working from this time. and this is kind of how I started to make my live schedule. I began to say, okay, I have in the mornings before work for lives, and I have before bedtime. I pair my lives with things that I'm gonna do anyway. So that's why you see me coming to do my skincare, because it's like my little bedtime chat. And then I have the 30-day lock-in challenge in the morning, because I was gonna work out anyway. So it just works out. So manage your time and you will feel less stressed. You will feel less all over the place, and it'll give you more confidence in your step as a content creator for you to know what your schedule is. Very successful businesses tend to look at their schedule the day before, even sometimes the week before, sometimes the month before. Planning is like a key to success, and time management is time management. I think I said that right. Hey, Jackie, thank you for being here. Time management is a key to success because it helps you plan your success. All right. And then 3, you have to make time for joy in this content creation journey. Yes, Jackie, I'm sure you know I love your page. You have been doing awesome. I love seeing you thrive from doing platform years ago. You have been doing so good, and like everyone who's on the live, please go subscribe to Jackie D. McKeever. She's another inspirational person. She's going to teach you some stuff about business too. But I'm sure she can attest, you want to make time for joy. And that kind of goes into that priority category. You have to make time for it, because if you don't, you're going to get burned out so fast. You're going to be like done with the content. And something I'm learning, you're welcome. Something I'm learning with this content journey is it's continuous. Very continuous. I'm going to take a slight pause here. IMD is very stressed about school, end of year testing, extra homework, Amy play sports. Oh, D, IMD, I'm so sorry, IMD Apollo. I hope it's okay. I'm just saying IMD, but this will help you too. Thank you. I'm happy my videos are a help for you, but that is really tough. That's a lot on you. It sounds like you might be younger too. So I hope that you take some time for yourself, and just trust that you're going to pass. And, the extra homework, it is all good. You're young. I feel like they put so much on you guys at such a young age. And I know it's probably to prepare you for adult life. But so this live is going to help you. You can apply this in your life. You might not be a content creator, but prioritize what's important to you. I see. Okay, so it's a big thing. Well, in this case, just have faith that you're going to do amazing, and I believe that you are, and you are going to believe that you are. It's always good to come home and relax and decompress, and I know you're doing great. Okay, so back to the class. So we're making time for joy. Oh, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I do have yoga classes that will help you de-stress from all your responsibilities and all the things coming up. Yoga is a great way to release that stress. And making time for joy. So, in all of our responsibilities, work, content, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family, we might have some house things, you know what I mean? Make time for your joy. Some ways that I do joy is I buy perfume. I'm gonna say that all the time. I buy perfume. That makes me happy. I read romance novels. I move my body. I take naps. Naps are always good. Naps are a joy of mine. I like shopping. That makes me happy. And sometimes just doing nothing. I have been a very high functioning, always doing something person, and it can get really tiring really fast. So make time for that joy. Yes, a good nap and a good book, like it is so good to the soul. It doesn't always cost money to make time for your joy either, because I have some romance novels that I found for free, and those made my heart so happy. So, um, oh, well, if the teacher crying, then I know that schooling, IMD is the expectations they place on you and the teachers is super hard. So I'm going to extend some grace to you and her. Tell her, say, New Bloom said, make some time for joy and take it easy on yourself. And then the last, or not the last one, on number 4 is you have to set boundaries. So you prioritize what's important to you, you're managing your time, you're making time for joy, and you're very welcome. Now you have to set boundaries, right? Because you can make all these cute plans like, I'm going to do this here and this here, and you're going to get some random thing popping up. Like you might find a show you like right when I started getting serious about content creation, I started watching Bridgerton, and I would like binge it a little bit. And I had to like tell myself like one episode, because I think people think setting boundaries always mean for like external people. You have to set boundaries with yourself too, and it's a little bit harder when you're an adult sometimes, because especially if you like had to grow up a lot younger. When you become an adult, you don't want to tell yourself no. You want to just indulge. But if you want certain things, you have to keep boundaries in place for yourself and others. You got to keep some of those mindsets, those old beliefs, keep boundaries on that. You got to have boundaries for your peace. Boundaries will help you stay focused on your end. Okay? And then the last one is be flexible, not inconsistent. So, as much as I would love to say, this is like cut and dry, you make your plan and it's perfect and you're gonna run through it. That's not the case. In fact, if you aren't flexible with the changing of plans, this is going to be hard too, because you're going to feel like you're losing your mind if something doesn't go a certain way or if it didn't go perfectly. Be flexible and do not be so hard on yourself if something didn't turn out the way it did. Like I ended up getting on this live a little bit later. If you were here yesterday, I've been having a week. I was crying yesterday. I even cried on live. And then, just it's been feeling a little bit heavy this week. A lot of stuff was happening. But you know what? I said I'm still going to go live, because the worst thing I can do is be inconsistent, but at least I can be flexible. So I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to hop into these comments and we are going to connect and lift each other up. So just to wrap this up, how to balance content creation and life, content creation with work, kids, life responsibilities, internal thoughts, even yourself. One, you're going to prioritize what's important to you. And then when you know what's a priority to you, you have to start managing your time so that you can see that you're actually taking action in those places. So if you're here and you're here for your business, content creation is going to be one of those priorities, as well as like working on your business. And that leads into that time management. You have your priorities. Now you're going to manage your time. You can use your calendar. I know this is going to sound so funny, but if you've ever watched Dubai Bling, drop some diamonds in the chat. Hey, Bound. And it's one of those shows on Netflix, but the perfume creator, Mona Katan, she uses her Google Calendar, and she literally has her day scheduled from beginning to end. Like her husband has to like pencil in dates with her. She needs like days in advance. And her success is wild. Hey Mia, thank you for being here. So like when I saw her do that and I see the level of her success, I was like, I needs that. You know what I mean? I need that structure in my life. This is a little bit like a random off topic, but in order for things to grow, they need a container. So imagine your business and or you, because if you're a content creator, you don't have a business, you're the business. So imagine there's you, right? You're a little seed. Your business is the seed. And there's a pile of dirt, right? It's a nothing. You might put that your seed in that little pile of dirt. Now it might grow, right? Because it's in dirt, but there's nothing to contain it. It doesn't have, like, the wind can blow one hard way and it's going to get blown away, right? That's kind of like those boundaries that aren't there, or some emotions. So you have to house yourself, house your business in a container. Oh, thank you for the heart me bound. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, look at it. So cute. Thank you. Love you, girl. Thank you. That's on TikTok, y'all. I know you can't see, but my friend just sent me a heart me. But yeah, so remember, if there's something that you want to grow, it needs a container, it needs nurtured, which is the prioritizing and the time management. And then you're going to make time for joy, which is also that nourishment to that plant, that or your seed or your business. Because I'm learning all work and no play makes for a very dull and stressful life. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the gifts. And then the next one is setting boundaries, which is also that container. I didn't plan on adding container in there, but it kind of just works out. And I do like to plant too. That's something else I like to do for joy. So if you don't have that container or there's boundaries, it's going to go either way. And even though you can't control everything, you want to have a little bit, right? Just a tad. And then the last one is, be flexible and not consistent. And to me, this looks like you might have a container, but the container is not cemented to the ground, right? If you have a plant that needs certain levels of sun, you're gonna move it into the sun when it needs its sun hours, and then you're gonna take it out of the sun when it's had enough sun. So you have to be able to flow and be flexible, but not be inconsistent. So taking it back to our plant one, you might have it in a container, but if you're not consistent with the watering, it's not going to grow. If you're not consistent in, moving it where it needs to grow, it's not going to grow either. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Prioritize what's important, manage your time, make time for joy, set boundaries for yourself, for people, mental constructs as well, and be flexible, not inconsistent. So thank you so much for watching. I'm hopping in the chat. Let me know which one kind of resonated with you the most, or like what was your biggest takeaway. And I'm gonna read the chat here. Jackie said, yep, the other day I was up till 4 a.m., had to work at 8. I was so tired. I have to set boundaries to get enough sleep, not up watching Georgia and Jenny. I know, that's how Bridgerton had me. And honestly, too, Jackie, my boundaries get super soft when I'm stressed. If something's going on in my life, I start to like check out, and I start to let my boundaries down, and that's not good either. Thank you, Bound. Thank you for liking the live. So that's a good example of like having boundaries with yourself. I can only imagine how tired you were, but I have done that to myself too. IMD Apollo. I always thought as a kid that I wanted to grow up because it was fun, but it's stressful. The more you go, reality kicks in. Amen, IMD. I said the same thing, and here I am. crying and stuff. But, you know, I want you to remember, IMD, growing up is a blessing. Every day, every year you get is a blessing. I know that it can appear harder than what it is, but I see the hard work ethic you carry at such a young person. You're going to do amazing. IMD says, thank you for these lessons. It's a heart to heart. Yeah, it's a little bit different on YouTube. It's not like TikTok where you can like double tap, but that's okay. You being here is more than enough. Your presence is more than enough, and I appreciate you being here. I found out about you yesterday. I'll be watching you daily because I love how hard you work and the effort you put in. Thank you. I appreciate you. And then Jackie said, wow, I wish I was that contained when I was talking about Mona Katan and her schedule. Yes, I do too. And I can't lie. Like, I made my schedule like that. But I kind of made my schedule as the person who's already doing it, which I probably should like make it for like the life I have now. But I am proud because when I watched that show, I wasn't doing the things yet. But now I see that it just took me a few weeks to make that happen. So now I'm getting up and going live. Now I'm editing my videos when I put it in my schedule. So that's a great way to like manifest or plan for your success. Even if you're not becoming that person overnight, taking little tiny steps will get you where you want to go. And then IMD says, yes, growing up, there's highs and lows. There is, just like the feelings, you know. You saw me crying yesterday and I think I like laughed and cried and all things in one video. So that's a good example of life. But just know everyone who's watching this, you're doing the best that you can. And that's good enough. You're good enough. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to buy anything else. Even if things can feel hard, it's not a reflection of you. It's just you're refining, you know. Diamonds grow under pressure, right? Yes, it is always good to let out your emotions. It is not good to hold them in. You know what? I wanted to share my book that I finished tonight, but I left it downstairs. And I was gonna play music too, but I was just like, you know what? I'm already late. Let me get here. But I am gonna wrap this one up tonight, y'all. It has been quite a week, and I have successfully went live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I have gone live Monday through today, which is 4 days in a row. Like, this is really, I'm proud of myself. I did all this while having an intense emotional week. Being a woman, I know, I mean, men have emotions too, but women's hormones are like a roller coaster. But I am the Apollo. Thank you for being here, Jackie, Mia, all my peeps on TikTok. My girl Bound hooked me up with the likes and the heart me. I just hope you all know that I deeply appreciate you from the bottom of my soul. You're making me inspired to keep going, because I'll be honest, when I first started going live, I didn't have anyone on, and I was like what is the point if I just keep going? And then in like one short week, it's like I have people to conversate with, and we're supporting each other. And I hope that my classes on balancing content creating, having confidence, and perfume, you know, I hope all of that helps you in some way. And thank you, IMD. I wish so too, not because I just want them to see my channel, but I would love younger people to know that they are worthy and are enough, that they don't have to be so hard on themselves. I know that the time we're in now is a very different one for younger kids. There's social media has so much expectations, and it's so easy to compare yourself. I know some kids aren't as nice as they used to be, and I just wish I could kind of pour this mama love into them, because you all deserve that. You're our future, and I like to know that I wish that all kids knew that it's okay and it'll be okay. So, oh, thank you, IMD. Well, I hope that you guys have a beautiful night. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, is this Brady? I hope this is Brady. Brady, let me know if I'm calling you the right name. I apologize if I'm not. But I was just wrapping up the live tonight. Yeah, it is Brady. I saw your post to go live, so I went live. I taught my class on how to balance content creating and like the responsibilities of life. And I was just, me and IMD here was just having a convo on being kinder to yourself and making time for joy and not being hard on yourself with the pressures of life. So I hope that everyone here has a beautiful night. I have to go to bed. I have to work and I have to wake up and work out, but I promise I will be back next Tuesday at 8:30 EST, or you will see me tomorrow, but I don't think you'll be up this early, and that's okay. I go lives in the mornings too. But just know I have tons of love for you. I'm not leaving you forever. I'll be back. But I gotta go to bed. I gotta tell myself it is time for bed, and so I can wake up with some energy for tomorrow. So I'll be back. Okay, you guys sleep well too, and I am so thankful for you. Okay, have a good night.